In a jungle village straddling the border of Thailand and Myanmar, tourists often called it a hidden paradise. But the villagers remained silent. No one would believe them anyway. There was an old taboo passed down for generations. Do not touch the red pond beneath the gorge. Those who violated it were said to be infected by the abyssal worm. Summer 2023. 4 university students from Seoul arrived during their backpacking trip. One of them, Ji-hoon, ignored the warnings of an old local and dipped his hand into the strangely red-colored water that had gone viral on social media. The water was warm, but as he pulled his hand out, Ji-hoon casually remarked, "It felt like something crawled into my skin." At first, it was just an itch. A reddish bump appeared like a mosquito bite. But within days, the flesh around it started to sink in and something emerged. A blackish, maggot-like worm. Back in Seoul, Ji-hoon kept losing weight. Doctors diagnosed an unknown parasitic infection, but the blood test results revealed a cell structure unlike anything documented in medical science. A few days later, Ji-hoon vomited dozens of writhing parasites in front of his horrified friends. And in that moment, one of the worms entered the eye, mouth, and even a small cut on a nearby friend. The abyssal worm was no ordinary parasite. It latched onto the host's nervous system and fed on human fear and pain as energy. At first, the infected lost appetite and developed hypersensitivity. Then came the real horror. The shared sense. The abyssal worm caused all infected individuals to share physical sensations. If one felt pain, they all felt it. If one person cut off their finger, the rest would feel as if their own finger had been severed. Many chose to take their own lives. But even in death, the worm survived in the host's corpse, crawling out to find a new body. Soon, people were getting infected by touching packages, subway rails, restroom door handles, everyday objects. 6 months later, infection numbers in Seoul alone had surpassed thousands. The government called it a neurotoxic virus, but it was only to prevent public panic. In truth, similar parasite structures were discovered all over the world. The abyssal worm was evolving, using the human brain as its incubator. Late-stage symptoms progressed as follows. Skin turned black. Eyes became gradually bloodshot. Sensory nerves became so sensitive that even a breeze felt like razor blades on flesh. In the final stage, the infected would tear at their own body while screaming in unimaginable agony, and everyone else infected would feel every second of that pain. Ji-hoon's final moments were caught on hospital CCTV. Scraping the wall with bloodied fingers, he murmured, "We're all connected." His eyes were no longer human. That night, the hospital's network logs recorded an anomaly. The worm had entered the digital space, parasitizing electrical signals. Infection no longer needed physical contact. It began to spread through brain waves, triggered by watching videos. And now that you've heard this story, do you feel an itch at the tip of your finger?